here? Okay, I'm going to say that again. Good morning, everyone. I'm Christina Livingston. I'm the owner and founder of SOAR. Many of you have probably heard of the SOAR Awards. SOAR is an acronym for Strengthening Opportunities Around Real Estate. I used to be in the mortgage business locally as a Nashville native. Trying to do mortgages and media at the same time was crazy town. I never ever slept. So I walked away from my mortgage career in an effort to serve the people that I have grown to love so much and cherish over a decade and a half in the mortgage world in a different way. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about SOAR first, and then let me kind of tell you what the itinerary is going to be for today. You'll probably see me put my glasses on and off as we go throughout the day. Our event starts obviously at 10. We're going to go to 12. There is a possibility we might run a little bit over 12 o'clock. We're bringing a ton of information to you this morning that's highly valuable. So our itinerary for today will be, I'm going to tell you some information about SOAR, a little bit about Nashville Agent Database, and we're going to let you hear from quite a few of our sponsors today, but we're going to stagger them throughout our program. So you'll hear from 2 sponsors at the beginning. Then we're going to jump into our fantastic keynote speaker, Scott Hines. I have to tell you, this entire event was actually Scott's idea, and it was his request. As you know, we are a collaborative platform at SOAR on purpose. And he is the person that's done all of the hard work searching and digging through for months. He's been working on this since February to prepare for you guys. He was actually planning on doing this for himself. He attended our February event, Downtown Download. If you guys haven't watched the replay of that, you need to. That's still relevant. It's kind of similar to what we're going to be doing today, but a little bit different actually. So you can find the Downtown Download replay available on our Facebook page for SOAR. And then so after Scott presents, what Scott's going to do is we're going to divvy up the properties today, right? Or excuse me, not the properties, the developments. So Scott is going to present 6 developments, and then you'll hear from 2 more of our sponsors. Then we're going to have Brett Hines come in and present 6 additional developments. Then we'll do Q&A after each speaker. I'm kind of like jumping all around here. Then we'll do 2 more sponsors after that. And then you'll be hearing from Mr. Aaron Holiday of Grove Park Construction about 3 developments, one of which is not on MLS, and that is exciting. So we're going to be covering a total of 15 developments today. Forgive me if I accidentally keep saying the word properties. I'm not trying to say the word properties. It's like a Freudian slip. I think, after 15 years of doing this, it just keeps coming out for some reason. So if I accidentally say that, give me your grace. It's not what I mean. I actually just mean developments. So with that said, you guys, I want to talk about like the chat room. Make sure if y'all just want to introduce yourselves really quick, everybody pop over into the chat right now. I'll just encourage each of you guys to interact as we're going through. So we're all human beings here. This is not like a show today. This is just really about us coming together as a community in the real estate industry and sharing knowledge that each of these folks have been able to find and discover. So pop in the chat, introduce yourselves to one another, say hello. I'll be moderating the chat as we go today. So because we're going to cover quite a bit of information and you guys are certain to have questions, a couple of things I want you to know. While the replay of this broadcast and program today is not available right away, and it's probably not going to be available for some time, I'm about to show you why. Because we made a couple of cool snazzy changes you're going to like when I show you here in a second. Scott is going to make sure that you get a copy of his hard work and presentation. Scott let me give you some background on how I know him before we jump into the SOAR stuff. So I have known Scott forever, as I've known many people forever, but really Scott and I go way back in the industry to way back in the day when Scott at one point in time used to do a little bit of mortgages on the side. Now he is the broker of his firm, right, at Franklin Homes. And so I think he just does such a great job. Let me pull up his website here. And let me show you why. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you why we are actually not going to offer this replay just yet. And I've got each of you guys muted. Hang on, let me 1 second. We need this one. So if you guys haven't been over to our website at soarstronger.com, definitely make sure you check this out. If I were to close this menu out, this is kind of what our homepage looks like. I'm going to just scroll down. You can see that we have been preparing quite a bit of media content coming to you very, very soon. We're not going to launch this. There's a waiting list to get in this right now. We've got a lot of membership requests. I would encourage you to get on the waiting list now. We have been filming a talk show called SOAR Talk. I'm going to show you some behind the scenes from that in a moment. There's a lot of video content we've been preparing at SOAR. We are a media company and we also do events. And oh, it sounds like we've got some folks coming in. Give me just 1 second. All right. And so we've been filming something called Nashville Glam, SOAR Talk. We've started this new video series called Market Trends by SOAR. This is yet to be released, Mindset Monday. That hasn't been fully released just yet. Tanya Escabel, one of our mortgage sponsors, has been preparing Mortgage Minute video content for some time. You can learn some more information here about the introduction to SOAR. SOAR Storytellers is a documentary series we started filming earlier this year about local Nashville icons in real estate. SOAR Storytellers is actually going to become a whole segment of SOAR itself. The first thing that we're producing under that SOAR Storytellers is called, as I mentioned, it'll be icons of local Nashville real estate. We've got another documentary series that we're going to be preparing in Q4, well, late Q3, Q4 this year, about women in real estate, specifically women who are not originally born in America, women of color who have migrated here and been successful, who are top producers in our industry with beautiful stories to tell. We're actually filming those in their homes, in their personal homes. How many of you guys know, right? Pop in the chat and let me hear from you. There's so much more to real estate than the job itself, right? There's the background of people's personal lives. There's people's success stories. There's things that you need to know to prepare for award shows, like where to get all glammed up. That's why we produce this. Places to get plugged in socially, places to get, to serve. There are so many stories to tell. And so this is going to be its own category, if you will, and it's going to have some other stuff in there. If you check out some of our expert contributors on our website, when I say that SOAR is a collaborative platform, let me kind of explain what I mean. So each and every one of our expert contributors are hand selected. They have to pass a rigorous background test of integrity, character, success, several things that we kind of put them through to make sure that they're qualified to become a SOAR expert contributor. It is a volunteer position. It is unpaid. These are the people that consult me on a almost daily basis, if not sometimes multiple times a day. Daniel Askew and Jeff Brown will tell you I sometimes call them multiple times a day for different things. These are the people that I rely on to tell me information about what's going on in the marketplace that I don't already know myself. These are people that I bounce ideas off of. They are not my yes men. They are people that I trust to tell me when my ideas are a bad idea, if they're mediocre and need to be improved upon. They help me find problems to solve, gaps to fill in the marketplace. You name it. They really, really help me do quite a bit. You're probably familiar with SOAR Awards. You can see our magazine on our website here that we produced this year. As you know, we produced a big red carpet show as well. We have not yet released that footage. It is going to come out at the same time. The SOAR Awards production on the red carpet, that's going to come out at the same time as SOAR Talk. And so we have been in process of editing SOAR Talk for a while. I am so novice at media. Can I just tell you, I have a natural sort of talent for it, but definitely am learning as I go. These are some of the interviews that we've done so far from season 1 and season 2. We've upgraded a lot as we've gone on. We film in front of a green screen at a local iconic studio in Franklin, actually at Westlight Studios. So I just want to give a big shout out to Westlight Studios. If you guys ever need a place to go and do a professional photo shoot or a video shoot, you guys, we had such an amazing experience working with Westlight, and we'll probably continue to work there with them on set. So we have about 5 media teams total who do different things here at SOAR. We have 2 videography crews. We've got some digital design folks. In fact, let me just kind of show you who those folks are so you kind of have an idea. Jump over here in the real live version. So here was our SOAR Awards magazine. Y'all make sure you go back and check that out. There's a lot of awards categories that we introduced this past year that we want to make sure that you know about, including the Hidden Gems Awards. You need to read up on that. You need to be well versed in that. I've been getting a lot of questions about that throughout the year. So these are some of our media teams. We've got Robert Ferguson. He is our main videographer and media production team. He's got a crew of folks that work with him. Then we have the Hesla team at Hesla Productions. In the past, Kyle Allen has served as our creative director. He is actually who helped create this magazine with us, even though for this particular magazine, I actually functioned as creative director and he functioned as my kind of muse, if you will. Ian Talbert helps us with all things digital strategies, like with National Agent Database. I'll show you. He works for a company, well, himself rather, at Primal Optics. And then many of you guys probably already know or are already working with a guy named Andy Schmidbauer. Andy Schmidbauer is not only a real estate photographer, but he also does professional live streaming services. And he owns a company called 360 Nash. I know y'all have heard Chad Wohlers. If you've been following SOAR for any length of time, you've heard a lot of top producing real estate agents like Chad Wohlers say, hey, look, Andy is like literally one of the best photographers in town. He does Matterport, he does stills, he does drone. So you guys can check him out at 360nash.com. But one of the things that I'll just kind of share, when we do live streaming events, we did an 8-hour live stream, just right out of the box, no experience. We nailed it. This is still up. This is incredibly powerful for women to go back and watch. So that's still up on our website. That's available now without membership. I do want to tell you that when we release all of this stuff for SOAR, it's going to be free. It's not going to cost you anything. Background on me, I mentioned I used to be in the mortgage business. I made a lot more money in mortgages than I do currently in media. I really felt genuinely for seriously called to media in our local industry. I recognized that I had a unique talent set and I knew a boatload of people, really, really good people. And I just had a knack for bringing people together and making things happen and putting together interesting, creative business strategies to actually help people close more deals in a way that is compliant. I'm a big, big compliance girl. Try to always be above reproach in all that I do. With that said, one of the things you're going to hear us talking about very soon, we do this annually, is Pocket Preview. This is the last thing I'm going to say about SOAR, and then we're going to move on. But we do this every year. Pocket Preview started out one way and it's evolved. Let me tell you how it started and how it functions now. Prior to Clear Cooperation coming out, in 2019, we started Pocket Preview. It's both a magazine and an annual event that we do at the Omni Hotel in downtown Nashville. We usually do with breakfast. We provide breakfast free for realtors to participate. We provide breakfast. We provide valet parking at Omni. And it's also historically been free for real estate agents to advertise in this magazine. Come one, come all. And so with that said, we used to present off-market listings or coming soon listings. That's since evolved. In 2020, when we did the event in February and then the magazine was published in March, we evolved that to be all listing types. And we created a bunch of disclaimers to make sure real estate agents and brokers knew it was their responsibility to make sure if they advertise with us in any way, you better make darn sure you are CYA all day long, right? Covering your you know what all day long, making sure you comply with Clear Cooperation. This particular year, last year, we saw within 7 days, $12 million in real estate get sold between the magazine, the advertising that we do to the magazine, and the event itself. We no longer go to print because we found that digital is just a far more effective way to get a lot of advertising done. We have redesigned this magazine actually cover to cover. So the format is just a little bit more modern and sleek and sexy. I'm all about everything just looking, gorgeous and beautiful. So now we actually don't have a need in our market, obviously, for listings as much anymore. So we're making it buyer focused this year. And you'll hear some more advertisements and announcements about that coming. Kind of what I found is that a lot of folks know somebody that's like would sell if they felt like they could buy something. So we're calling it pocket buyers. We really want to focus on any buyers that have struggled to find what they're looking for in the marketplace. We also do a little tiny bit of editorial content in Pocket Preview. So it's going to be buyer focused when we roll that out later this year. Again, we'll always make sure that we comply, right? We definitely try to do things by the book. So we did a store expert contributor spotlight on Carrie Zaire last year. Then we did an architectural designer spotlight last year on Guy Land. We did a huge spread when we interviewed him. If you don't know Guy Land, you need to, especially at a time like this when people are just like trying to build as much custom as they can. I'll let you go and find that on our website. The last thing I will say, so we're going to just jump out of here. We also are the creators of Nashville Agent Database. So I created this for my own purposes in my 15 years in the mortgage business. You may not know that I am a tech nerd and I geek out on data. Behind the scenes, I'm a lover of numbers, of course, after, working with numbers for a decade and a half. And so we, generally speaking, we make this available to anyone that wants to purchase it. You'd be surprised, 51% of our clients are actually real estate agents and brokers who like to use our data for recruiting purposes, marketing purposes. There's a lot of ninja strategies, about 12 in total, that I teach. If you would like to purchase this, you can go to NashvilleAgentDatabase.com. Again, that's NashvilleAgentDatabase.com. This sells anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a pop. During SOAR events, we make this available for $595. We did recently run an email flash sale that has since expired for that same price at $595. We have mortgage lenders buy this. We tell all of our mortgage lenders, look, do not spam email because that's going to just make everybody mad. But it helps you kind of identify what's what. It's metrics of, you can go and scrape public data now if you have the tech and the know-how and the will to do so. And so it was pretty easy for me to start putting together many, many years ago, showing buyer side transaction count and dollar volume, seller side transaction count and dollar volume, because it's all public record, as well as the total thereof. We had 4 SOAR employees that we bring on for the first 2 months of the year every year to update that data for me personally, and now for the database itself. This is actually our primary source of revenue, believe it or not. We oftentimes really go full red carpet, no pun intended, for every event that we do in person. We spend a lot of money on our events. So those are incredibly, profitable for us. This is our primary source of profitability, but we do make money from advertising and from sponsorships as well. And so with that said, I am going to just jump into, we're going to let you hear from Tanya Escabel. She's got a video we're going to show you. And then we're going to let you hear from Chris Bailing of House Call Home Inspection. Listen, if you ever need one of the smartest people I know in home inspection, who will tell you the truth without scaring your buyers, and literally you're going to feel like you're watching a stand-up comedy hour, that is Chris Bailing. He's literally one of the funniest human beings I know. But with that said, I'm going to show you this quick video, and then we'll hear a little bit from Chris. Let me make sure I got this right.
HR loan officer, Deanna, and just wanted to introduce some myths about the mortgage business. Deanna joined our team back in January, but I've known her for over a year. And her passion and her heart is to help all homeowners. And she has done an amazing job helping so many of our clients. And an additional talent that she has is she is bilingual. So she is helping educate a different culture in homeownership. And we're so excited for her passion and just the way that she's grown so much in the past year. So Deanna, credit scores. Tell us what you've learned. What about credit scores?
Thank you, Tanya, for that introduction.
You're welcome.
So people think that they need to have a perfect credit score, and that's just not true.
That is like literally the #1 myth that people think all the time. Literally, we can help people actually with our Credit Essentials program get their scores up. And you have helped so many of our clients be able to do that through the Credit Essentials. Like it is, so to me, when I always talk about that, it is more like, okay, you put in an address, like I'm gonna drive to Texas and I want the fastest route, the best way to get there, right? Well, Credit Essentials is that way. It goes directly to the bureaus and literally says, do X, Y, Z, and you can get your score up at a potential range of this. And you have helped so many clients do that.
Exactly. We have clients that come in every day and they have the, oh, my credit score don't, like, there, a lot of people are ashamed and they think that they don't even want to go through the process because of that. But Credit Essentials is such a great tool because you can use that. It's going to map out what you need to do to get to that credit score if potentially you want to get into a higher tier. But it should not be a stopping factor for you.
And I always tell everyone, it's literally to do an application is 10 or 15 minutes of their time. And if you do 10 or 15 minutes to know if you can buy a home versus how many hours do sometimes people worry thinking, oh, I can't own a home. And they just need to try.
Exactly. And an application doesn't commit you to anything. It just gives us a view of what your current situation is and what we can do for you and how we can make that possible for you as well.
And there's no charge.
There's no charge. You don't want to get you into a loan. You're not going to be getting the most value for your money. And that's why even if it takes us 3, 7 months, whatever it takes us, we are willing to do that to get you to that tier that you're going to be comfortable and you're going to get the best value.
And that's why you can see she is on our team because her heart and passion to help homeowners is amazing. And so thank you, Deanna, for taking your time and challenged and being a new career and killing it right now and helping so many of our clients get their credit scores up, teaching them and educating them. So really appreciate it. So be sure and tune in next Monday to some more mortgage myths with the Tanya Scabell team.
Awesome. Sorry if the volume wasn't all that great. As you know, Tanya is a top producer. And so she couldn't be with us live today. She is slammed. And so actually we're going to do Chris Bailing. We're going to have him come on just a little bit later. I do want to let you know, after Scott Hines presents these first 6 developments, we will take a Q&A session. So I'm keeping all of you muted for now. And I want you to be active in the chat as we're going along. If you have a question, okay, and you want to hurry up and type it in the chat before you forget it, feel free to do that. That's fine. Scott, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute, and I am going to bring you on after Scott is done telling us all about what he has found and how he has come across this information, as well as just some info about his brokerage. We will do a Q&A after that. So I'm going to go ahead and replace let me add you in here. And I'm going to remove my spotlight. And you are all set, my friend. So tell us about you, your brokerage, and how you kind of got this all put together.
Absolutely. So can you hear me okay? Yep. Okay, perfect. So first of all, I'd just like to welcome everybody to this event. I appreciate you taking your time to spend a little bit of time with us today. I hope the content will be informational and timely. Really, the purpose of the event is, you know, about 6 months ago, Christine did a a presentation on the downtown download, and it was all about Nashville and what was going on there, and all the development and the condos and the Four Seasons and everything that's just making Nashville such a great city. And I just learned so much. And we operate primarily in Williamson County. So I thought it would be great, with the inventory being as low as it is right now, to focus in on new construction, because that's kind of definitely the wave of the future. And I've always had the opinion that there's really no competition in real estate. There's plenty of business for everybody. Some people may say, well, why would you go to all the trouble to gather all this information and then share it with your competition? But I think that a rising tide lifts all boats. And so if we can help each other and educate each other on what's going on in the local area, that just makes us all better realtors and realtor partners. So I appreciate your time today. Franklin Homes, a little bit about me. I've been in the mortgage business with Christina many, many years ago. Have been in the real estate business for about 14 years. I see a lot of the people on here that I've known for a long time, or I've known professionally, if not personally, for a long time. So about 2 years ago, we formed Franklin Homes, a small boutique real estate company in Franklin, Tennessee. We're mostly a family-owned and operated business. Me, my brother's my partner. He'll be speaking in a few minutes, and then my son and several other people. So we will likely be expanding our company in the next year and reaching out to people to see if a select few would like to join the agency, but that'll be a story for another day. I guess I'd like to also, before I jump into this, I'd just like to thank all of the people who took the time to return my calls, all the builders and their contact people, their salespeople, the principal brokers at the firms that represent these builders. Everybody's been very kind in getting the information to me that you'll see in this presentation. We actually, as you typically do when you have a presentation like this, and it's been going on for several months, and you have a timeline, we've got a whole bunch of additional information that's just come in the last couple of days. We just haven't been able to get this into this presentation. So maybe we can augment the presentation and send it out to you with even some additional developments that are not part of this particular presentation. So, all right. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So the very first thing we're going to be talking about are new developments. So the focus of this is on new communities, new developments, not on specific houses. All of these will be various communities, the vast majority of which are not on the MLS at all, or there's a few of them that are on the MLS, but they're in their infancy stage, and there's a whole lot of information you'd probably like to know about what's coming down the road for some of those developments. Franklin, Tennessee, the first one, we've got several Ford developments that are coming soon. Chesney Ford was wonderful to talk to and shared a lot of great information with me. So the first one is going to be Southbrook. Southbrook is on Lewisburg Pike, heading south away from Berry Farms. It's actually right next to Stream Valley. So if you can see here on the map, here's the entranceway to Stream Valley. And then all of this land out here is Southbrook. And if you drive by there today, you're going to see just a whole bunch of dirt getting moved around. You're going to see roads going in. So you'll know that there's something coming very, very soon. These homes are slated for 2022. They'll have 200 total residences with single-family homes from 700,000, townhomes from 550,000. The community will feature a swimming pool, walking trails, green space. And my understanding is a neat feature is that it's going to have a 12-foot wide walking trail going over to Berry Farms. And I'm pretty sure that that walking trail is going to go the back way, back over this way behind the housing development and pop out over at Berry Farms. So that'll be great. You can walk over to Berry Farms, you can bike over there, whatever the case may be. Salespeople for Southbrook will be, your contact people will be Kevin Green and Sharon Tucker. Feel free to take as many notes as you want to. Feel free to ask any questions once we get done with my part of the presentation. But we tried to make it real simple for you that we give you the bulk of the information, and then you know who to call and follow up with if you have clients that might be interested. You can also go to fordclassichomes.com and get information there. Now, so that's 200 residences that are coming out of the ground 2022, will be closing in 2022. Not all of them, but a good bit of them. So directly across the street from Southbrook on Lewisburg Pike. So right in this area over here is going to be Southvale. So Southvale is another Ford Classic Homes development. Southvale is going to be a pretty large development. It's going to be 500 total homes. It's projected to be a 6 to 8 year build out. They're actually not going to start Southvale next year. So it's 2 years down the road before they start it. But you can drive down the road. You can see the sold signs out there. I think Tim Thompson had the listing, and there's a bunch of sold signs out there now. So pricing, since they're really not going to market anytime soon, they're a couple years away. It's all to be determined pricing. The two builders that are going to be in Southvale are going to be Ford Custom Homes and Insignia Homes. So for those of y'all that aren't aware, Insignia, so Mike Ford obviously owns Ford Classic Homes, and then his two sons started a home construction company called Insignia, and they'll be building in the development as well. So those are your two builders for Southvale. We'll have single family homes, townhomes, and condos in the development. The community will have a very large swimming pool, a really nice clubhouse, green spaces, and walking trails. And so that'll be out Lewisburg Pike. That if you're heading south on Lewisburg Pike, that development will be on your right as you're heading south towards Thompson Station. Okay, so this is one of my favorites. I really love, I've lived in pretty much Franklin for about 30 years, mostly in Franklin. We're in Thompson Station now, but I just love the charm of downtown Franklin, and this is just a fantastic location. I'm super excited about this project. So this is Splendor Ridge, and if you can see over here on the map, here's the factory at Franklin. This is Franklin Road going down into downtown Franklin. Here's the Harpeth River right here. There's a little road over here, Lancaster. So you would just turn right on Lancaster and then a left, and you pull into like a dead end back here. And all of that land is going to be 18 custom home sites with a walking trail to downtown Franklin. It's located on a private cul-de-sac. You're going to have views of the Harpeth River. Pricing is going to be $1.7 million to $2.5 million, 2022 and beyond delivery dates. I think they have one sold right now. So that is Splendor Ridge. It's going to be a fantastic development. Just walking distance to downtown Franklin. So that is Splendor Ridge. Okay, The next one is Signature Homes out of Birmingham, Alabama. This is definitely a price point that we definitely need more inventory for. This development is basically located at the intersection of Long Lane and Goosey Hill. So Long Lane, for those that aren't aware, is over by the Ag Center, right at the exit 61, Paytonsville exit. Let's see, so St. Marlowe is going to have gorgeous streetscapes, front porches, wonderful atmosphere, capturing the best of small town living, yet just minutes from shopping and dining, and Williamson County's top rated schools. So these new thoroughly crafted home designs are estate sized homes and priced below $800,000. They're scheduled to open sales in the spring of 22. Prices will be $700,000 to $800,000. They'll have 125 to 129 home sites, and they'll have walking trails, a really nice pond that they're going to keep on the property, about 2,500 square foot amenity center that will overlook the lake, but I don't believe they will have a pool. Jamie was wonderful to work with to get me all this information. So Jamie, Christina, and Cassie at Signature Homes, they all work together for sales. So contacting one is just like contacting any of the three. So they'll be able to help you with whatever you need if you have inquiries on that development. Let's see, Terra Vista is another one that's over by Long Lane. Long Lane, another point of reference is if you go down Carruthers, you would eventually dead end into Long Lane off of Carruthers. So the Jones Company is developing Terra Vista. This one should actually like have salespeople on the ground on site by probably like October or so. Jones Company has not yet decided who the salespeople are going to be yet, so I don't have any contact information for you, but this one will probably come online with homes available for purchase sooner than any of the others we're talking about. So lots began sales around October or November this year. Homes to be delivered beginning late summer of 2022. Home prices will range from 900 to $1 million. 50. So that's what I have for Terra Vista. So I'm going to stop with Spring Hill, and Christina, if you want to pop back in, see if we have any questions that anybody has, I'll be happy to take any questions.
So far, we only have one question. So guys, don't feel like, don't be shy. We're all just Nashvilleians trying to learn about real estate. You don't feel like you have to be perfect or anything like that if you've got questions in here. Somebody wants to know, can you go back to the screen with Terra Vista? Wendy Smith asked that. And then someone also asked, are these communities going to have public sewer?
So don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that all of these are going to have public sewer. And what was the first question?
I'm sorry, forgive me. Janice wanted to know if the sewer would be county sewer, not public. Forgive me. That's what she used the word county instead of public. I don't know if that made a difference for your purposes.
Yeah, it should. All of these should be on public sewer. So there's no septic tanks or anything like that. County sewer.
Yeah. Jared Jamerson asks, could you send us the PDF of this presentation?
Yes, everybody will get a copy of the whole presentation that we're putting together today. So yes, that's not a problem. We're happy to do that.
Okay. And real quick, can you go back to the screen with Terra Vista? I think Wendy wanted to see something. Wendy Smith.
Yes, let me share the screen again. Okay.
Okay, so Wendy, just let us know if that's what you need. I don't know if you're just taking a screenshot with your phone or what you're doing, but the next question was, and thank you for that question, Wendy. I appreciate that. Sherry Sanders wants to know how many home sites will be in Southbrook.
Southbrook is going to be 200, I believe. Let me go back here. Yeah, 200 total
Okay.
residences.
Okay, and then let me get my glasses on here. So Sherry Sanders said that. Lori Cloud wants to know what size are most of these lots in Splendor Ridge?
That is a great question. So there is a website, www.splendorridge.com. It's I guess Ford has designed the website. So you can go to Ford Custom Classic Homes or Splendor Ridge, and they'll give you lot sizes. I don't want to misspeak, so I won't say, but I'm guessing they're going to be like, 0.25 or so. 0.25 to 0.33 acres, but I'm not sure. So I'd go take a look at the website.
Okay.
Great question. I just don't know the answer.
And was there a specific point of contact for Splendor Ridge? I know Alex Helton wanted to know if there was a specific contact, or do they just need to go to that website?
Yeah, I would say start with I would just say contact Ford Custom Homes directly. And they'll get you in touch with the person you contact.
Okay, let's jump back over to Terra Vista really quickly. I've got 18 questions to get through, so I'm going to go fast. How many lots are at Terra Vista? Did we already go through that one? Oh, good morning. Hi, Mary. Mary's in the chat. Mary Cosina's in the chat. And she says that she's the listing agent for Splendor Ridge.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary.
Ask her the lot size. Ask her the lot sizes, and we can get that.
Mary, pop in the chat and get us that info, will you? And put your contact info while you're here. So Mary, just put your contact info and then some info on lot sizes. Okay, Anita says, what was the phone number for the signature agent? I think you mentioned that there were 3 of them, right?
That is correct, and they're all in the slides. So
yeah, you guys will get that as soon as we're done. Scott's going to send that out.
I think I'm sharing my screen again, and you see you've got Christina, Jamie, and Cassie right here.
Yep.
So you've got all their phone numbers and email right there.
Awesome. I know we're jumping around a little bit here. Christina
will share this whole presentation with everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Will there be any step systems for these communities? From
It's
Susan.
not a question that I asked anybody specifically, but I don't think so. I think they're all public sewer.
Okay. I'm just going through the chat. Splendor Ridge home sites are around 0.17 acres. Okay. Just getting to the chat here just a moment. Okay, will all of these be outside of city limits? Leanne wants to know for tax purposes.
Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, I don't know. I would just say contact I don't want to mislead anybody. So I would say contact the builder for each one individually. Obviously, Splendor Ridge is going to be in downtown Franklin, but the rest of them, I don't know.
And guys, that's okay. Here's what, when we're this far ahead of the curveball, it's not really possible for any one individual or broker to know like as detailed information as you're probably accustomed to getting, you know what I mean? When it comes to the amount of detail you can get once a community is already on the MLS, it's already launched, all the details are already out. The purpose of today is for us to let you know, Scott's letting you know like what is coming, when, about how many lots are going to be there, approximate price point, and then kind of point you to those people as needed. And Scott doesn't represent any of these, developments or anything like that. So just know that we're trying to get you this info as fast as we possibly can. Paula Adams says, this is great information, Scott. Thanks so much for all your hard work. Andrea, I think we asked and answered that one. Lisa People says, really appreciate all the info. Guys, let us know if you have any more, before we move on to Brett, let us know if you have any more questions, just real fast. Doesn't look like we do have any others, but I'm just going to give it another few seconds here.
And Christina, let me pop in with 2 other things to share with you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did hear back from Paxton Williams with Tennessee Valley Homes. They have a small development that we didn't get the information in time to make it part of the presentation. But Tennessee Valley Homes is going to have a small 3-lot subdivision that's going to be coming online in 2022 also. So if you're interested in this, go ahead and take some notes because it's not in the presentation, but it's going to be called Grand Oaks. It's located at the north side of Grand Oaks Drive. So that's going to be off of Belle Reeve and Johnson Chapel. They're going to be 1 to 1.5 acre lots. Prices are going to be 3 to 3.5 million. They're about 4 months away from starting the development and 6 months away from breaking ground. Just wanted to share that with you as well. If you have somebody that's looking at 3.5 million and wants to be in Brentwood and new construction, then get in touch with Paxton with Tennessee Valley Homes. So what else did I want to say? Yeah, so the primary focus of this was to get enough information to, get enough information in front of you that, basically who the builder is, what price ranges, where they're located, when they're starting, and approximately how many home sites and some of the amenities. So above and beyond that, we didn't drill a lot further down into that. We just want to give you something to put you ahead of everybody else that's just trying to figure out by driving around and looking what's coming in 2022. So, all right. One other thing on St. Marlow that I don't think I mentioned, but they're going to have 3 and 4 car garage options. So that's pretty cool. You don't see too many 4-car garage options in the 700,000 and 800,000 price range. So, all right. So I guess that's it for me for right now, and we'll switch over to Brett. So let me stop sharing.
All right. So I am just going to bring me back on, and then Scott, thank you so much. That was really, really, really good information. I am going to mute you, Scott, and remove your spotlight. Before we move on to Brett, I do want to hop in. I'm glad we got the Q&A out for Scott. So I do want to hop back in and let you guys hear from my dear good friend, Chris Bailing, who I am going to unmute really quickly. And Chris, I'm going to have you come on.
Let me step outside. I'm actually doing an inspection. So
you're on site, brother.
1 second.
This is real live, real life.
Yeah. How's it going? How's it going? We got Maxwell out here doing a septic inspection. We're doing a home inspection today. So my name's Chris Bailing. I'm with, just give you kind of an overview real quick. I'm with House Call Home Inspection. It's me and my twin brother. We're kind of like the property brothers, but we're the home inspector brothers. We have a 6-man crew. We service all of Middle Tennessee. So if you have that house that's way out in the Alabama line, we go there. We go to Cookville. We go to Red Boiling Springs. We go to Clarksville. We go to Dixon. We pretty much go wherever our realtors go. We can offer you guys a 48-hour scheduling guarantee. You can use our online scheduler. I think another highlight that all of our agents love is we have a online repair builder built right into our website. So you can just go through and click those items and put them on a separate PDF to send over to the listing agent. We work 7 days a week. Yes, we do work on Sunday as well. We do home inspections, radon, termite, mold, air quality, lead, asbestos, water testing. If you need a, stick, we'll help connect you with that person as well. We're just a home inspection company here in Middle Tennessee. That's pretty much it. And radon as well. So our prices, we start out at $349 from 0 to 1,500 square feet. And it goes up from there. And if you need our pricing, please let us know. Like I said, we have 6 home inspectors. We're constantly adding more. And we just, we love being partnered with SOAR, and we appreciate the opportunities that have come from it. So again, thank you very much. Anything else, Christina?
Yeah. I want you to tell me what was the funniest thing that happened to you all weekend long.
The funniest thing that happened to me this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, my weekend's always crazy. You know that.
Yeah.
That. I mean, I didn't have any scary ghost stories like last time. Christina.
Shh, don't tell that story. They have to watch SOAR Talk. They do not reveal that.
No, I mean, every time you're in a crawl space, you're doing something like that. I mean, you'd be surprised. Like this weekend, I was in a crawl space and I had my flashlight shining the different other way, and I could see like some, eyes looking back at me through the darkness. And luckily, it was just a cat. But for a moment there, I was like, I don't want to come face to face with a raccoon right now because I'm on my belly, army crawling in a crawl space. So, but fortunately for me, it was just a cat, and I came out unscathed. So. Nothing real crazy. Yeah, nothing real crazy this weekend. We try to keep it low key for Labor Day and not scare anybody. So
that's awesome. That's
What
awesome.
else?
Well, you guys will have to catch Chris and his brother Matt. They're some of the funniest guys I know. On SOAR Talk season 1, it is comedy gold. I mean, forgive me if this is crude for saying, but I literally almost peed my pants laughing so hard trying to film that episode. It was hilarious. They have some great real estate stories.
Yeah, and I'll say, I mean, we're a different type of home inspection company. I always tell people, they're like, you guys do home inspections. I'm like, no, we do. We're a customer service company that happens to do home inspections. So, I mean, we're very much focused on customer service and taking care of your clients. And you'd be surprised. I mean, I have agents that always call up and they're just like, your people are so great. So thank you, Christina, for allowing us on your show on this today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. We love having you. And make sure you get that Ghostbusters department up and running before the end of the year.
That's exactly right. Take care.
All right. Have a great day, Chris. Thanks for popping on.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, I am going to remove him. And so we're just going to hear from Sonny. I want to tell you, Sonny is an amazing mortgage lender. And he is with Liberty. And then we're going to jump into Brett. So let's just jump into Sonny's video. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this audio a little bit better.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into SOAR's Williamson County Download. My name is Sonny Toby Waller with Liberty Financial Mortgage. I'm going to keep this short, as the speaker will be providing some valuable information that can help you grow your business and mine too in the coming months and of course the years down the road. Quick thank you to Christine Livingston for putting this event on. The information we will be getting will be extremely useful for our future successes. So I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. There are many lenders out there, just as there are real estate agents. So instead of telling you how great I am, I thought about just reading a couple of testimonials from actual real estate agents and a client that will relay what I bring to the mortgage lending side of your transactions. The first testimonial I have is from an agent with Zeitland Sotheby's out of Green Hills. And he says, Sonny is one of the best lenders I have ever worked with. He is always knowledgeable and responsive. Plus, he consistently is able to give my clients the best rates and customer service. Liberty Financial offers a number of unique loan types. So Sonny has been particularly helpful in situations where financing is a challenge. Could not recommend Sonny more. My next one is from a managing director of a technology company. He says, this was my family's first time working on a construction type loan. In the past, we had only taken out standard conventional mortgages. After connecting with Sunny and learning of the process, my wife and I were very confident in our choice. During the entire process, Sunny was very patient and answered any questions we may have had. I know sometimes I probably asked him the same question 3 or 4 times. Sunny never became frustrated with us and walked alongside us the entire process. He even made himself available at random times during the evening and weekends. I could not have asked for a better experience. Even now, Sunny is still engaged in helping us through the process of finalizing and completing our dream home. This is a client that I closed on a construction perm loan back in March. So he is still going through some of those inspection and permit issues that we're all familiar with. But I have still been assisting at every possible capacity that I've been able to. My last one is from Heidi Green. Some of you may know her. She is with Synergy Realty. Heidi says, Sunny is a top-notch lender in a very competitive market. He communicates throughout the transaction. He has personally helped me purchase at least 5 homes, and each transaction could not have gone smoother. He has helped me in Maine, Georgia, and Alabama. My clients love working with Sunny, whether a clean and simple transaction to me being able to help with credit repair to help first-time home buyers. He is an asset to my real estate business. Now, again, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. All I do is try and provide the service that I feel like home buyers deserve. You guys all pride yourself on the service that you provide, and I pride myself on mine.
Guys, we are losing connection on that. I am so sorry. So, all right, with that being said, we are going to jump into Brett. We're going to bring Brett on. Okay, Brett, I am going to go ahead and ask you to unmute, and I'm going to add a spotlight in here for you. Good morning.
Hello,
Good
hello.
to see you.
It's great to be here. First of all, I just want to, thank you, Christina, for having Scott and I here. And for Chris and all the home inspectors, God love you, because I can never get down in a crawl space. My last inspection, there was a skunk under the house with the inspector, and I've never seen someone that age shoot out of a crawl space so fast before. But yeah, that's not something I would be comfortable doing personally. So I appreciate those guys more than I can say.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to remove my spotlight, and I'm going to have you tell everyone a little bit about yourself and your background in real estate, and then let's just jump right into those next 6 developments.
Okay, you got it. So a little bit about me. For about 20 years, I was in corporate America. I was working as the president of a medical imaging company up in Chicago, and with 3 young daughters and travel schedule and everything that I was doing, I said, no, I cannot raise my kids in Chicago. So a couple of years ago, we just packed up and moved down here, and I came down here with Scott, and we started this business. Couldn't be happier. We have unique ways of doing business that I think really work out well for us. I do like to kind of remind Scott sometimes that we are brothers, but I am his much younger brother. So we tend to have a lot of fun with that. At least I do. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We'll start here with Spring Hill. So can everybody see that? Yep. Okay, good deal. All right, so we've got 1 in Spring Hill and then several in Thompson Station. And then actually, Christine, I'm going to kick it back over to Scott for 1 more. At the end, it's in Brentwood that'll combine Brentwood with Aaron's homes as well, or developments as well. So in Spring Hill, this is a really big one. We talked about several that are, Scott mentioned one that's 3 homes, talked about several that are 60 homes or 100 homes. June Lake is going to be 2,900 homes built over the next 20 years. So this is going to be something that's going to keep us all busy for many years to come. Again, the information, kind of trickles out, but then sometimes it comes out like a flood. So I'm going to give you the best way that we can kind of describe it. Their overall community that they're going for seems to be a very one with nature and community and everything type feel. I think maybe I would compare it to, maybe like a Berry Farms or even possibly West Haven. But as you'll see in here, they say a walkable countryside destination with everything you need to connect with nature and your community. June Lake will be a brand new, fully entitled, so mixed use development located at the new Gateway city in Spring Hill. So if you're familiar with Buckner Lane and the new interchange they're building there off of 65 for Buckner Lane, that's right where June Lake is going to be. So if you head south on 65 just past 840, you'll see where they're starting to clear the land over there for this new interchange. So they're touting that as the new gateway for the city of Spring Hill. So June Lake will be unique as it offers a greenway walking system and public enjoyment of an 11-acre lake that will also have pedestrian-friendly dining and shopping options. So the idea is everybody kind of lives right around that area. They can get on the greenway and walk to dinner, walk to entertainment, even work, or go for a run, on the greenway in the mornings before you head into Nashville or Franklin or Brentwood or wherever your office is. So it seems to be a really, really nice development that they're building. And like I said, it's going to be going on for the next 20 years. Signature Homes has been selected to build the phase 1. They're kind of the primary builder, and this is where it gets a little bit wonky in the numbers, but phase 1 is supposed to be 400 homes, both single family and townhomes, with an amenity center on 86.5 acres of the total 775 acres. So 775 acres, obviously a huge development, and phase 1 will be 86 acres and about 400 homes and townhomes. There'll be, when you look at the total development, there's going to be 400 hotel rooms. They'll have 1.3 million square feet of restaurant space and 3.9 million square feet of Class A office space. So phase 1, again, of development is beginning in the spring of 2021, where, like I said, where they've already started widening out Buckner Lane. It includes widening and realignment of Buckner Lane, 890 residential units, and 2,300 square feet of retail and restaurant space. That's why I say the information is a little bit wonky in that Signature has 400 homes, and I don't have any information if the 890 is going to be other builders or if that's going to be a little bit later in phase 1 or how that's going to be allocated. This will be located entirely in Williamson County. Like I said, it's just off of 65 where their new interchange will be. And that new interchange should be open in September of 2023. Okay, so you have 3 agents right there. Katie, Anthony, and Erica. And as far as I know, they all operate as a team. So I think if you contact one, you can contact them all, kind of a thing. So I'll give you a minute to jot down any notes that you might have on that.
And guys, since this is such a huge development, what do you think, Brett? Should we ask them to do a Q&A on this? Because I put the website in the chat, which is junelaketn.com. But Leanne asked what was the price point range.
I don't have anything on the price point range on that. I'm looking at all of the information that we were given from them. Unless Scott has something additional to add, as somebody that he talked to, I don't have anything on the price points on there.
Okay, great.
I mean,
All right, so
being that they're going to have townhomes and all of this stuff, I got to think, 400 to 500 up to $1.5 million. It's a huge development, so I think they're trying to hit every price point you can hit. That would be my thought, but don't quote me on that.
all right, let's go ahead. Let's see. Tammy said, do you mind repeating when the I-65 interchange will be open?
2023 is what they shoot for.
Okay, great.
September of 2023.
Scott, do I need to unmute you for anything?
If you don't mind,
Yeah, let me actually just kind of put you guys on side by side, and you can just jump in when you want to. That way you're available. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next one if you want to.
Okay, now we're moving over to Thompson Station. There's a lot going on down there. Obviously, Williamson County is just getting built out everywhere. It seems like Thompson Station is kind of the next target for all the builders. And there's some going on up in Fairview as well, and little couple things, here and there. But Thompson Station seems like, it is really, really ripe right now. Whistle Stop, this is not necessarily new. This one and the next one are not necessarily new. You may or may not be familiar with it. They do have some properties on the MLS, so you may be familiar with it. But Whistle Stop, 163 estate homes to be built. It's located right there at Thompson Station Road, right next to Circa Grill. If you're familiar with downtown Thompson Station, it's kind of hard to miss downtown Thompson Station. There's not much there, but so 163 estate homes to be built. 88 townhomes coming in. The development is going on in 4 phases with various home builders. Right now, we know of Drees, RG, and Tennessee Valley Homes. They say that the estate homes will have 1/3 of an acre lots. New homes to be priced from 800 to 1.3. I can tell you right now, when they say 800 to 1.3, there's one in the MLS right now, I believe, under contract, and it's like 825. Everything else is 1.3. So there's very few in that 800. I think we're going to be seeing everything pushing in that 1.3. New townhomes from the 550s. Already mentioned Tennessee Valley, RG, and Drees Homes. If you want more information on this, you can go to their website, whistlestopfarmstennessee.com. Natalie Madge, and you can see her phone number on there. But you might get a lot of the information from the whistlestopfarmstennessee.com. As far as amenities goes, I did find out that they are supposed to have a pool, a clubhouse, and pickleball courts. So there's at least something in there as far as amenity goes for your 1.3. All right. And we'll slide on down to the next one, which is not too far from there. The Millet Bond Springs. So again, this one has been around. They've got very few homes actually completed out there, but they have had several in the MLS. It's located right there, right near where Bethesda and Lewisburg Pike meet. So if you're heading south on Lewisburg Pike, you would turn left on Bethesda and go down. I'm guessing it's maybe a mile and a half, and it's right there on the left. It's beautiful rolling hills out there. I've been out there, it seems like 100 times for clients. It is absolutely beautiful out there. The subdivision has about 50 lots. The developer is Parks. The lots are all 1 acre, give or take a little bit, and will range from 1.25 and up. I will say that I think there was one in there that started in at 1.3, and it's now sitting about 1.6, and it's about 4,000 square feet right now. So, the prices, like they are all over Williamson County, do seem to be inching up. So any pricing and stuff that we give you on this, you got to take it with a little bit of grain of salt. We're going with what the information we're given. I don't really know about any amenities that are going to be out there. I haven't heard of any pools or clubhouses or anything like that will be there. It seems to be that their main draw is the modern style farmhouse type of design with an acre lot. So, everybody from California that's moving here that all says, I want a modern farmhouse with some land, this is a great option for them. 30 lots have been sold to home buyers already. There's 20 lots that have been sold to builders, but they have not been released in the MLS. They will start construction in early 2022. The builders for the whole development were Carbine, Cadence, Heritage, Hune, and Woodridge, but all of those 20 remaining lots are Carbine. And that is all in Williamson County.
Hey, Brett, let me make a comment too. And I just provided you some bad information, so this is on me. But when I said the developer is Parks, that's not entirely true. The developer was a Parks agent named Kenneth Green.
Okay.
So I don't want to mislead anyone out there, but that was Kenneth's project, and it's just a beautiful location, and he's done an amazing job with that development.
It really is pretty. If you get the time and you're down in that part of the county, I would suggest going out there to look at it. It is, like I said, it's just rolling hills. It's really pretty. I'd be shocked if there's not other developments like this going on in that area in the near future. There are a lot of farms with some acreage out that way that I could see that being developed in the near future.
Hey, Brett, we do have one question from Stephanie Sexton wants to know, would the mill require a construction loan or will the builders carry the loan until closing?
That I do not know. I would reach out to Carbine.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's the only question I have for now.
Okay. Avenue Downs, this is one that's not in development yet. So, our information on it is limited. But if you notice, it's located right off of Critz Lane. So if you're heading south on 65, you get off at 840 and, kind of wrap around there on Lewisburg. You turn left, or excuse me, turn right onto Critz. It's right, if you're familiar with Critz Lane, it's right over by Canterbury and Bridgemore Estates. So it's a great location. It's really convenient because obviously you can jump on 840 and get up 65. Or head into Franklin, through the back road. So it's a really good location. Looks like the homes are going to be starting in the 900s. We'll see if that inches up a little bit, but they're targeting homes in the 900s. 69 beautiful homes in the quaint neighborhood. I looked at on their website, I looked at the plot map for it and I counted 67, but I must have missed something because they are touting 69 home sites. Not huge lots, 0.2 to 0.25, but not bad. All home sites will feature a 2-car front entry garage. The style of the development will be similar to Barlow's other development at Winfield Village. Barlow Builders is the developer. Lorraine Mineo is the broker and contact person for Barlow, and her contact information is listed below. So if you have any questions about that, that is all of the information that I have. I don't know when if you drive by there, they're cleared the land there for a while. They've been working on it for a while. So, but I don't have any information as to when the homes are going to start coming up out of the ground yet.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if we can find whoever that is that might not be muted. So just try to make sure we get everybody muted on here. Let me hit this one. Give me just a moment. Okay, guys, now is a good time to pop in the chat with additional questions for Brett. I am going to go ahead and also add Sonny's contact information, since the end of his video was sort of glitching out there on you guys. I want to make sure that you guys know how to reach him. I know someone mentioned, some questions about, construction loans. I would say, you can contact Sonny Topiwala about that, or, Tanya Escabel as well. And I'm just going to put his contact information here, and I'm going to put this in all caps so that it's easy to read. I'm not sure how many of you guys are familiar with Liberty, but they do some really cool things, as does Cross Country. So all right, so that's in there. All right, guys, pop in the chat really quickly. Let me know, what questions do you have for Brett? And Brett, just really quickly, if you want to navigate over on your screen, if you can, in your internet browser. Oh, you're in presentation mode, aren't you? In Keynote. All right. Do you care if I share my screen on June Lake real quick? Do you want me to do that?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, let me do this. So it'll stop your screen share for a few moments, and then I'll let you take back over if we need to. So I'm just going to jump into this. If you guys wanted to check this out, this website This looks like it's going to be gorgeous. There's a promo video on here that they've got up for you guys. Some additional info. It's a lot to kind of look through. And that way you'll just be familiar with the website. So that's junelaketn.com. All right, cool. junelaketn.com. All right, I'm gonna let you have control again, Brett, if you need to continue sharing your screen. I don't see any more questions popping in the chat at the moment. But I am getting an email from Chad Hornick, which is funny. I told Chad that this replay won't be available. But as I mentioned, in fact, I've had 3 or 4 people since we started emailing me saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it today. I've got showings or whatever the case may be. Can I watch the replay? And so I let him, and I'll say this again, the replay is not going to be available right away because we are, again, building out this over here at soarstronger.com, and you're going to be able to see the replays pretty soon here on our website. And we don't have that ready for you yet. Lori, I'm coming back to your question in 1 second. But anyway, so just as a reminder, the reason why we're no longer going to be offering Zoom replays is because they're going to live here in a future date in the coming weeks. So it won't be immediately available, but the presentation that Scott has prepared and what him and Brett are following will be available as soon as we are wrapped up with this call. This is Sunny. I just want to make sure you guys put a name with a face, and I put his contact information in the chat. His phone number is 615-667-6588. You can reach him via email at stopiwala, which is TOPIWALA at liberty.financial. Make sure you understand that domain name because it's liberty.financial. Like there's no .com in there. All right, we got some other questions. I'm going to stop sharing and come back to you, Brett. I'm going to let you take over and put your screen back up.
Okay.
And let's go through these questions that are coming in. Okay. Lori Cloud wants to know, is there anything coming in College Grove that you know of?
Not that I know of enough that I could share it with any sort of certainty.
Okay. Looks like Sutton Lippman Costanza just emailed me asking me the exact same question on the replay. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Nuala asks, what do we need to do to become a member of SOAR? Nuala, it is free for you to become a member of SOAR. There is a waiting list currently. You can go to SOAR. I don't want to take Brett's screen off at the moment. So just go to our website, soarstronger.com, put in your request there. soarstronger.com. That's where you can become a member. This is going to be free. I cannot believe how many emails I'm getting. This is crazy. Whitney at Bradford, Nashville. Okay, I'll come back to that. Let me get back to the chat for a second. Okay. Linda Smith mentioned to everyone that she thinks June Lake is trying to start under $500,000, but she's not for sure yet. Naomi Bannister. Hi, Naomi. How are you? You guys are going to get to see Naomi in SOAR Talk. I think she's in season 2 is where we put her episode. This is for the group. Okay. Regarding Carbine and the mill they hold. Okay. So Naomi writes in the chat, this is regarding Carbine and the mill. They hold their construction loan during the builds. The only ones that were strange were the estate size lots, but they all sold out, but they hold the loan. Okay, great. Cool. It's very rare for me to get questions via email. If I ever get them personally, it's usually via text. Let me read this to you. Will there be a step-by-step of launch dates? I think the answer is no. I think what they're asking is there like some sort of timeline of launch dates for each of these builds? I guess the answer would be no. We're just going to provide this. Shelly Dawson, I did just get your membership application. Thank you. And so while we're on here too, guys,
So Christina,
Yep.
the vast majority of these are going to be delivering in 2022. So the focus of this entire presentation was really to to find the majority of properties that are not on the MLS that will deliver homes in 2022. So that should, other than like June Lake, that's going to be delivering homes for 20 years, or the Ford development where they're not going to start for a couple of years. The vast majority of these that we're talking about will help everybody on the call, because they're going to be selling homes and delivering them in the next 9 to 12 months.
Awesome. That's great to
So
know.
just another little teaser. Be sure and stay on the call to the end, because we're going to be announcing the 2022 Parade of Homes development here in just a little bit.
Yes, that's awesome. Linda Smith writes, can you share? Okay, Linda, whose email address are you asking for? Scott's or Brett's, or tell us who you're looking for. Michelle, you can go to soarstronger.com. Oh, my email, let me put my email in the chat. It's just soarnashville@gmail. Here's, oops. And I do want to let you guys know too, we'll have all of Scott's contact information, Brett's contact information as well, so that you'll know how to reach them. Does anybody else have any other questions for Scott or for Brett before we move on to the next part of the segment? I don't see any coming in right at the moment. I'll give them just a quick second to see if anybody else does pop in. I'm going to just share this really quickly. We want each of you guys to make sure that you're following all of our stuff on social media. So we've got, quite a few followers on Facebook. We'd like for each of you guys to go over to Instagram and just search for us at SOAR615. That's where you can find us. That's where you'll see some of these speaker bios and some other things about us. We want to make sure that you know about these events in the same way that Scott approached me and said, hey, Christina, I'm working on this and I think it would be useful. And, how can we collaborate? I just want to thank Scott, first of all, for doing all the work. This has been a huge, tremendous labor of love for him to do. He was doing all of the market research really for himself and for his own, brokerage and team, and making sure that his team stays cutting edge, ahead of the cue ball, so to speak. And hats off to him, because he's been working on this since February. It's a lot of work to go and search, permits and make so many phone calls that Scott has made. And I just want to applaud him just as a community leader in real estate, and doing such a great job for all of us. And so I want to make sure that each of you guys, please reach out to Scott and say thank you for this. We've got more coming. Don't get off the call. There is more. We've got, in just a moment, we're going to bring Aaron Holiday on from Grove Park Construction. Do make sure that you're following us on SOAR, Instagram at SOAR615, and we will do a $50 gift card at the end of this event for all of our new followers. So with that said, before we jump into Aaron, I think we are going to, give me one second. Actually, let's just go ahead and jump right on in. So what I'm going to do, Brett, is I'm going to go ahead and mute you, and I'm going to remove the spotlight here. Oh, wait a second. Didn't you guys have one more? Before I move on, I messed up here. Give me a minute. 1 second, guys. I think you guys had one more.
Yeah, I think 3.
I think there's 3 more.
Oh, okay, well, hello. It's the Monday, Tuesday I've had in a while. Let's keep going. Y'all don't mind me. I'm just running the show. Goofing off. Sorry about that.
All right. It's not wanting to go back to.
There you go. Perfect. Now I can see your screen.
There we go. So the next one that we've got is also Thompson Station, and also right off of Critz. So as you can see, there's 65 and then Critz Lane right there next to it. Littleberry, that's not a huge development. 92 home sites off of Pantel Road, right off of Critz Lane. So if you are, coming down that road, you turn right onto Critz, you just go maybe a mile down to Pantel and turn left. Lots at about 0.35, so they're decent sized lots. The homes down there are going to be built by Drees, 950 to 1.2 million. If you go on the Drees website, it's the same designs that they're using in a lot of the subdivisions that they're doing right now. So it's going to be homes that you're familiar with. They've got some really nice designs and some pretty high quality stuff for that price point. But I don't have any information on that one as far as amenities or anything like that, as far as a pool or green path or anything like that. That area, the location is super convenient. For anyone that needs to get on 65 to come into town. It's a beautiful, again, rolling hills out that way. So the decent size lots with home prices between 950 and 1.2. And then the last one is East Park, which is a brand new community currently in development stage, preparing the streets and the utilities for winter of 2021. This is being developed by RG Custom Homes. The subdivision will have 126 single family homes. The lots are not huge, 0.15 to 0.2 size lots, but the homes are going to be very affordable at the 600 to 800. I'm surprised that I'm saying that 600 to 800 is affordable, but that is the world we live in today. So again, this is in Thompson Station, right off of Columbia Pike and Critz. So if you take Critz all the way till it dead ends, turn left, going towards Thompson Station. It should be there on the left side of the road. There will be an amenity center with a swimming pool, a town center, retail district, and office space for sale. It's located off of Columbia in between 840 and Spring Hill. You can reach out to Natalie Madge. You have her contact information there at the bottom for any additional information on that. Or you can go to RG Custom Homes website and you can find some information on that there. But they are clearing the land for that. Starting to do that, I believe now, but I don't think it's going to be really prepped for streets until the winter of this year. So a lot, as you can see, up and down Critz Lane in Thompson Station. Canterbury, a longtime subdivision over there, they've got a whole new phase that they're putting in right now as well. So there's a lot going on within a 5 square mile radius over there. So this one is the hills of Thompson Station, and Scott's really worked more with the people on this. So I'll go through the points on it and let him answer any questions that are on this. But this is an equestrian community with 250 total acres. So there's going to be 40 lots. Phase one of this to consist of approximately 20 smaller lots of an acre or two. Phase two, a year down the road, will be the larger lots of anywhere from 5 to 10 acres. The lot prices for phase one will begin at about $400,000. They're targeting home prices to be in the 1.5 to 5 million range, and roads are going in right now for phase one. The plan is that lots will be available to be recorded and sold in the spring of next year. 15 of the lots have already been spoken for by some of the local builders and professional sports players. And you can contact Jason Barney. You can see his email address at the bottom for additional information. But if you see, this is also in Thompson Station. It's just to the west of Circa. So if you're going past Circa and then you follow Thompson Station Road to the west, then you'll come down Dean Road. You'll turn a left on Dean Road, and then you'll see all that land that's out there at the end of Dean Road. That's where the 250 acres is. So again, I think it's a relatively convenient location. It's probably 10 minutes to get to 65 to come, in and out of the city, or, going up to Thompson, going up to Franklin, through the back road.
One of the really neat things about this community, they told me that they could have gotten approved for like 120 lots. The developer purposely chose to do 40 lots on the 250 acres. So they really wanted to have the feel of, a really, one area of 20 lots that were kind of clustered together, that were smaller, like 1.5 acre lots. And those are all kind of at the front of the development when you pull in. And then as you go in the back into the rolling hills, not real high hills or anything, but just rolling hills, that's where the larger lots are. And they go up to 10 acre lots. And some of those will be, you can have horses on the property, you can build a barn and that type stuff. There's also a really large equestrian center that's like a mile right up the road too. So if you've got somebody that loves horses and wants to be able to keep their horses close by, maybe even build a barn on their property, then this is a great development. So it's one of the prettiest pieces of land too that I've seen in a long time. So the roads are going in right now. And Jason's on site. He can show you homes right now. So, or not homes, but show you lots right now. So give him a call. It's a great looking development.
Awesome.
Okay, that's all I've got. Scott, if you want, you can, I'll just keep the screen and you can talk them through Rosebrook.
Sure thing. I'll do that. And then I'm super excited to turn things over to Aaron Holiday with Grove Park Construction in just a few minutes. Aaron's been with Grove Park a long time. Grove Park is probably one of the premier developers in Brentwood and Williamson County. They've done just many fantastic subdivisions, and he's going to share 3 different developments that they've got going on. So we're super excited to let you know about that. So Rosebrook is going to be at the intersection of Sunset and Split Log Road. Rosebrook is a partnership between Ford Classic Homes and the developer CPS Land. This is going to be their latest project to pick up kind of where Witherspoon leaves off. The big announcement with Rosebrook is it's going to be the featured subdivision for the 2022 Parade of Homes. So you heard it here first. They're assuming everything stays open and there's no more issues with COVID, then the 2022 Parade of Homes will be at Rosebrook. Rosebrook is going to contain 116 luxury home sites with 156 acres. There is some additional room to expand. There'll be several local builders, including Ford Custom Home. Let's see here. I don't know if Lisa Underwood is on the.
Yes, she is. She's here, and she just put in the chat. She said hello to everyone, and Mary Cosina is actually the listing agent on Rosebrook, and she put Mary Cosina's phone number in the chat if you'd like to join the interest list for that community. So Lisa Underwood, thank you for that. Mary, thank you.
That's what I thought. I was actually just getting ready to ask her that question. So she read my mind. That's fantastic.
Awesome. You guys are awesome.
So this particular development, there's going to be 2 kind of phases to the overall development. One of them will be a cluster of smaller lots, and then there'll be a second phase that are the larger lots. So Ford will be building on those smaller lots at the front, and then they're going to open it up to all of their other builders on the larger lots towards the back.
Oh, Scott, we
Oh.
lost your audio for a second. I think you accidentally hit mute or something. Hang on for me 1 second.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Can
All
you
right.
hear? Yep, so the other builders, in addition to Ford, is going to be Aspen Construction, Insignia, Legend Homes, Schumacher, Sipple Homes, and Stonegate Homes. So that's the list that we have. And I just want to thank Lisa again for, she's an extremely knowledgeable person, knows everything that's going on in Williamson County and development, and has been doing that for many years. And she was just a delight to talk to get this information together. So thank you, Lisa.
That's awesome. I got some questions coming in if you're ready.
Yeah.
Got just a couple here. We've got Lori Cloud wants to know, are builders under $1 million starting to build more primary on the main homes? We have so many buyers that are now making that mandatory.
Could you answer that again? Or could you ask that again?
Sure. It says, I think our question is, are builders under $1 million price point starting to build more? She just says more primary. I'm assuming, I'm not sure if she means like the master bedroom or when she says primary, but I'm guessing.
I've
So-
seen quite a few like that. I mean, I've seen both. I think everybody's got anecdotes from all price points on that, but I do see more homes being built with the master on the main.
Okay. And then Vinny Mulchandani, one of my favorite people in real estate. Hi, Vinny. You guys, you'll see Vinny on SOAR Talk very soon as well. She's in, I believe she's going to be in season 2. She says, Scott, what neighborhood is coming on Moore's Lane in Brentwood?
So I'll tell you a little bit about what I know about that. Excuse me. I've had a really bad chest cold for the last few days.
Oh,
So I
no.
appreciate y'all bearing with me. I'm talking in a monotone. It's just because of my chest cold. But so let me find my notes on that.
There's not a ton of information about it yet.
So I'm pretty sure that a developer in Murfreesboro bought that land. I think it's, and I'm just going through my notes. He did not return my calls. He did not give me any approval to discuss it. So I'll just put that out there as a caveat. What I do know is the research that we did, I think it's going to be called Prim Springs. It's approved for 20 home sites. And then there's another piece of that development owned by a separate individual that's approved for 15 home sites. Since he didn't call me back, I don't really know what the price points are. You know, if it's right there on Moore's, close to Cool Springs Mall and in that location, they're going to be expensive homes. So I'd say $1 million and up. But yeah, since I didn't hear back from him, I really don't want to speak to his development because I don't have any definitive answer for you.
Okay. Awesome. We have some questions in the chat that are asked and answered. I just wanted to make Scott and Brett aware. Payman Noman had asked, what are the price points for Rosebrook? And then Lisa Underwood mentioned that they're hoping to start around 1.7 to, north of $4 million. Considering the current market conditions, that could vary. Obviously, there's a lot of volatility in the market. Vinny, to your point, when you asked who would be the builder on this, I don't think that we have, Scott, do you have permission to discuss that on Prim Springs? I think that's who she's referring to.
I don't know because I never heard back from the developer.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's going to be, I just don't know.
Okay, that's okay.
We reached out to an awful lot of people and the vast majority called back and we were able to connect with them. But
Yeah.
after several attempts, we just never heard back.
It sure is a lot of hard work you put into this thing. I'm sure just incalculable man hours, to find this information. Because not a lot of people would go, and invest that kind of time. I mean, a lot of people don't have a ton of time, but you've carved it out. It's despite yourself being a top producer and very busy. So I'm so grateful that you've been able to even know that information, like right off the top of your head. Shelley Dawson, yes, the name of the community off Moore's Lane is Prim Springs. Does anybody else have any other questions before we move on? So it looks like you mentioned there are 20 sites with one entity and then 15 sites with another. So it looks like 35 total. Jackie Henson says, do we have any idea what amenities will be available at Rosebrook? Lisa and Mary, I'll let you take that. Just real quick, if you want to pop in the chat on that. Or if you know, Scott, go ahead. Paula Cerulli writes, the historic home on the Moore's Lane development, Prim Springs, was purchased by philanthropists to renovate back to the original property. Lisa says, in terms of amenities for Rosebrook, Lisa Underwood writes that the amenities will be very similar to Witherspoon, with a clubhouse, a pool, walking trails, pavilion. And remember too, Scott mentioned that Rosebrook is going to actually pick up right where Witherspoon left off. I remember you saying that earlier, Scott. So if anybody else has any other questions, we're going to jump in to our next part. Scott, is that everything for your end of things?
That's all I've got. Yes.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. Big round of applause for you guys. Yay. This has been incredible. I hope that you'll do this every year. I hope that we can be a part of it every year. Scott, this is head and shoulders above what a lot of brokerages and brokers are doing in and around Middle Tennessee and Williamson County. Everybody's popping in the chat. Linda Smith says, great job, great info. Everybody's saying, thank you. You're so appreciated for this information. Thank you so much. Bravo, gentlemen. I'm just reading all the comments. Thank you. Thanks all. All right, guys, don't leave yet. We have 3 more developments coming, and there's one you're not going to want to miss. Scott and Brett, can't thank you enough. So grateful, from Barb Mahey. Awesome. Okay, guys, I am going to go ahead and move along. I am going to, they say, appreciate all your information so much. Great info. So y'all, I'll let you go back and read those comments if you guys want to stay on and read through those. All right, Scott, I'm going to remove your spotlight. I accidentally stopped your video, Scott. And I'm just going to mute you. And we are going to just very quickly move on to Aaron Holiday. So Aaron is with Grove Park Construction, and give me just a moment as I bring him on here. And Aaron, I am looking for you in here. I know I saw Brandon. Yep. Are you under Brandon?
I am.
I need to get my glasses on. I am actually, oh, there you are. All right. Hello. Okay, let me remove this spotlight of Scott. Thank you so much for being here, guys. And Aaron, I'm so glad that you're here. Everybody, this is Aaron Holiday with Grove Park Construction. I absolutely love his story. I am obsessed with his story about how he got involved in real estate. Y'all are not going to meet anybody else with this story. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I mean, I don't know everybody, but almost everybody in real estate. And I haven't met anyone else with Aaron's background. I think it's very unique. It's very interesting. I want to tell you that when I spoke with Aaron recently, boy, was he a wealth of knowledge about a piece of property. We're not even going to discuss that particular property today that I was asking him about offline, but he knew every single thing about it. I was floored. So impressed. So Aaron, thank you for joining us. And you're going to be bringing us 3 communities today, right?
Yes, indeed.
All
And
right.
so I guess I'll do this share screen,
You go right ahead.
and we'll head into the Harlem Development. So the Harlem Development is really the feature product for Grove Park Construction right now. And it is a rather iconic piece of property on Old Smyrna Road. We've created the Folly House, which is a bit of our logo these days. We also have some poetic language that we use to describe the property, as we're really marketing across the nation with this product that is going to have homes ranging from 5 to 15 million. It is life set apart. The Harlan project is. It is just an incredible piece of land that we were so blessed to be given the access to and become stewards of. It has, incredible botanicals. It backs up to the Annandale subdivision and Exton Lane there with flat build opportunities, wonderful wildlife on the property, and of course the classic stacked stone walls as well. We've selected an architectural inspiration that will guide the architectural community as they design for this very unique opportunity to build on 2 to 5 acre lots that are laid out in this configuration. As you go down Old Smyrna Road, this property is north of the Old Smyrna Road. It's 72 acres that some may remember as Larry Gatlin's farm. And in the early 90s, it was purchased by a local business person, executive, who built the 12,000 square foot home that has sat in the center of the 72 acres for the years up to this point. That family, like I said, shared the property with Grove Park Construction, and we've laid out 21 home sites that have been approved and are in development right now. We anticipate delivering these home sites in February of this year, and they are very, very impressive. It will be a gated community. The gate is a little understated, and I intentionally use a sketch presentation here to let you know that there are still some things that are in development. But as Old Smyrna Road is kind of understated, so will be the guardhouse here. The monitored entrance here, the residents only entrance over here, and then the exit. We will have 24-hour armed security for this neighborhood. So 24-hour armed security. A little bit previously in our discussion today, some people asked about things going on in College Grove. One of the things going on in College Grove is the Troubadour project, and we've got 8 homes in development there, about 17 that are in the planning stages. That is a very impressive project there out in College Grove, and we've picked up from that development the value that some of our elite customers place on armed security. So we're incorporating that here into the Harlan project as well. And you see the Folly House there in the distance that'll be situated just beyond the pond. The 2 to 5 acre lots allow us for sprawling front elevations that are going to be very, very impressive. This one designed by the Pfefferton Road architectural firm here in town. And you see on the prototype floor plan here, just room for everything. Dining rooms, seating for 12, wet bar areas, working pantries, a master suite here that has not only his and her closets, but his and her bathrooms. So 4-car garage. There's really no element that can't be incorporated into a Harlan build. But very efficient design still, and with those type of homes. Let's see here. Make that. There we go. Bring that down a little bit. these are some of the things that we've done. Brandon Jenkins, my boss, the owner of Grove Park Construction, he's really made a commitment to landscape architecture. And it has really benefited our company as we are stewards of the land, and for some folks to share land with us that we just never anticipated would be possible. But that commitment shows here in the home sites that I can show you, where we've done prototype layouts for a lot of the lots at Harlan, and show how the land and the homes will intertwine with one another. Again, the 2 to 5 acre job sites will allow for things like the meditation garden, a master suite garden, the focal art, the cold spa, the turf steps that descend into the great lawn, a 50 by 90 sport court, which is NBA size, a formal lawn here, guest suites, garages, a gym area with outdoor exercise, just really everything you could possibly imagine. Those are the kind of amenities that we'll have, not somewhere in the development, but on your home, attached to your home, in your lot at Harlan. This is lot 10, which is the existing home. It will be renovated. It's already under contract, and we'll have about a $2.5 million renovation, complete with a new slate roof on top of it. Some of the elements in Harlan, we'll have no asphalt shingles. We're all cedar shake, slate, and standing seam metal, as we go to premium architectural features that are really becoming popular in the Nashville market among these luxury home sites. Here we show lot 13 with the great circular driveway, and you might take note that the great lawn here in the backyard is a football field deep and a football field wide, over 300 feet in both directions, just for the backyard. So these are really impressive lots, and the clientele that have signed up have been very impressive as well. Truly, from around the nation, we have some real heavy hitters that are taking note of this property. This is our current setting, and I draw your attention to the September 7th date right here. This price sheet and availability is getting updated every single day. In the last 4 weeks, we've inked 9 contracts. This thing is going quickly. And so we still do have 4 opportunities to be a part of the Harlem Development here on Old Smyrna Road. Christina, guide me a little bit. Should I pause for questions on Harlan? This is our last slide before we move on to Cali.
I don't have any in the chat at the moment. Folks, let us know if you have any questions for Aaron Holiday of Grove Park Construction as we are going along. So if you've got a question about Harlan, now is a good time to jump in. And I will tell you that the final community that Aaron is going to reveal today is not on MLS. And you're going to, when I found out about it, I was just geeking out wasn't a week and a half ago. So if you have any questions, pop in the chat. Otherwise, Aaron, I think you're okay to go on to the next community.
Well, we can
If I see anything, I'll stop you. Yeah.
Sure. But we look at the other side of the Annandale community. This is at the intersection of Church Street and Cloverland Drive. This is a Davidson County tax base, but a Brentwood mailing address. So I love to tell folks that all the Christmas cards will say Brentwood. And here we've got 70 homes laid out on this acreage. These are lots that are about 50 feet wide, about 100 feet deep, alley entrance garages on most of the properties. And it's just going to be a great project with really, really upper end of architecture. About a year and a half ago, we started talking about this project, that it might be in the 9 to 1.4 range. Between material increases and the market increases, we're really now looking at this as 1.4 to 1.9. And so this is a 1.4 to 1.9 type of offering. But our typical buyer is looking at the Cali development, as you see the front entrance there with the 31-foot wide boulevard drives, tree-lined streets with the sidewalks. These are folks that are moving out of 7,000 square feet in the Governor's Club, 8,000 feet in Annandale, or or maybe over in Windstone, and they say, I just need 3,800 square feet that I can go to Destin for January and February and not have to worry about, but I don't want to give up my gourmet appliances. I don't want to compromise on my flooring choices or any of those type of architecture. And again, cedar shake, slate, and standing seam metal roofs on all of these homes. It's really going to be a beautiful community. You see the brick wall around the outside of the community here that will border Cloverland and Church Street. And it's really going to be a premier address for folks that are looking for a little smaller square footage. The architectural inspiration, again, just cutting edge, top of the line architecture, and but a certain amount of variety. It's not an all white neighborhood. It's going to be white. It's not all white painted brick or any of that. It'll have a lot of variety. So it's a beautiful community called Cali, and we're moving toward building permits right now and hoping to have our first starts before the end of September. We do have two
Awesome.
phases. Yeah, we do have
No,
two
you go
phases
ahead.
in this development. And so you see there's a dry stream creek bed that goes across. And so this is our phase one construction. I will say it's, again, a characteristic of Brandon's commitment to our buyers. We're going to sell out everything in phase one before we go into phase two, so that when you make $1 million investment with a Grove Park home, as for a shorter period of time that you might be living in a construction zone. So we'll build all of these as quickly as possible, then move over to phase two, so phase one can enjoy luxury living without construction nearby. Christina, you had maybe a question?
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you. I apologize. Andrea Baker has a question about Cali. She wants to know what the lot size is. And then there was a follow-up question to Harlan that came in right after we had moved on to Cali. I apologize. Miss Leanne Constantine, my dear friend, wants to know, are the lot prices for Harlan, including the build or just the dirt for Harlan?
So those lot prices for Harlan are just the dirt. At this point, everything we've got left is in excess of 2 million. And those are 2 to 5 acre lots for just the dirt. And again, final package in Harlan, 5 to 15 is really what we anticipate, with some luxury architecture, beautiful finishes, 5-6 car garages, sport courts. Harlan is an ultimate neighborhood for those who really are seeking perfection. Back over to Cali, talking about those lot sizes. Nominally, we speak of lots as 50 feet wide and 100 feet deep. In practice, a few of the lots are 46 feet wide and 108 feet deep, or 51 feet wide, but 49 feet on the back. But they're approximately 50 by 100 each one.
Awesome. That's all we have at the moment. I'll keep watching for more questions to come in.
Okay, great. So that brings us to the scoop of the day. And this is on the corner of Franklin Road and Concord Road. So situated between Brentwood Baptist Church over here and Fellowship Bible back over here, there is this piece of land right there on the corner. And we are in the process right now of working through the Planning Commission and various levels of approval for 20 home sites there that we will refer to as Anna. And this will again be a gated community. It will be very similar to what we did on Franklin Road with the Omen community. And if this is not enough of a scoop for you, here's one other scoop. There might be one lot coming back on the market in Omen that we could talk about if you give me a call. So a number of people have sought the opportunity to get into one of these developments. Once you see them, you see with the Harlem Development, they sell out so very quickly before we've ever got the lots platted and recorded. Most of them, if not all of them, are sold. One of those at Omen appears to be coming back to us, and I'll be able to offer that. But here at the corner of Concord and Franklin Road is the Anna community. And we've got substantial landscaping, again, buffering this from Franklin Road and Concord Road. The entrance will actually be off of what you may think of as the entrance into Brentwood Baptist Church, but you'll turn off of that road into the gated entry and find this beautiful development here. Lots as small as 3/4 of an acre, as large as maybe 1.6, and all of that is kind of to be determined. But beautiful flat home sites. It's always great to have a flat home site. Makes construction easy, and backyards a lot of fun. And again, that contemporary, transitional, just sleek architecture that some people refer to as a modern farmhouse. Others, think of it as architectural digest. But these are the kind of homes that we find these luxury builder or luxury homeowners are looking to build these days. So after a pause there, I will run on to my last slide here, which is the brand new Grove Park construction offices. You may have noticed this building along Franklin Road, where Holly Tree Gap Road comes in. It's 1537 Franklin Road. And I highlight this because, sometimes as realtors, we get a client that we go, wow, they have got such a budget. I'm not exactly sure where to take somebody who's looking for a $3, $4, $5, $6, $12 million new construction opportunity. And I will let you know that I personally believe your first call should be to Grove Park Construction. You've seen a couple of projects that we've got here, and we're certainly keyed in with SOAR and very a number of other outlets to have our finger on the pulse of luxury development in Nashville. And we'd love to help you with your clients when you have some of those that are up in that upper level of luxury homes, and help you decide just exactly where to build that house.
I love it. Okay, I got a quick question from Miss Gina Sefton. Hello to Gina, another one of my sweet, sweet friends. I just love her and Keith. Gina wants to know what is going to be the lot size price point for Anna.
So Anna, again, may have lots as small as 3/4 of an acre, as large as 1.6. All of that is still working through Planning Commission, County Commission, Brentwood Planning Department. So there are things still to be determined there. But in that range, right around 1 acre. And of course, we're compliant with the 1 acre yield that we always find inside the city limits of Brentwood. We'll be looking at around 4.5 to 6 million for the Anna product is about what we anticipate. We will deliver those lots about June of 22 and be pulling building permits in July of 22. So again, right in step with what Scott and Brett wanted to highlight, things that are going to be available in 2022. Giving everybody a heads up and advanced preview of those opportunities. And
so
hi to Gina as well. They're friends of Grove Park as well.
Awesome. Okay, so just to clarify, because I want to make sure that the audience understands, when you say the price point of 4.5 to 6 million in Anna, that includes your build price, but we don't yet know exactly what those lot prices are going to be for a little bit longer now. Is that right?
Very true. Yes.
Okay.
So we have not set the lot prices yet. I do know that Brandon is hoping to build at least half of those 20 lots within Grove Park Construction. But we will have some lots as well as the homes there, and the complete package 4.5 to 6.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, and Gina says to you also, Aaron, she said, thank you so much. Great to see and hear from you as well. Also, another question comes from Kathleen Lunny. She wants to know, when are the first lots going to be available for Anna?
Around June of 22.
That's what I thought
yes.
you said. Yeah. Okay. So around June, I know you said you'll pull permits in July. I actually have a question myself about this building where the new office is going to be for Grove Park Construction on Franklin Road. Are you guys going to like sublease any other space in that building to other entities?
So right now, and I'm speaking to you from this this building. That's the widening of Franklin Road out my window that they're still working on. But we're on the third floor, along with a sister company, Opus Luxury Cabinets. On the second floor, there is an office that is occupied by a local business and a title company. And then the first floor is leased out and is actually getting built out right now for a medical facility.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so all of the space here is spoken for, but we really do we're proud of the building and feel like that it's an attribute to the area.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it. Okay, we got another question coming in. Vinny Mulchandani writes, the entrance for Anna will be from Concord Road, or will it? I know you mentioned it was going to be next to Brentwood
Right.
Baptist. So if we
So
could go over
this
that
is
again.
this is the existing stoplight here that comes into the Brentwood Baptist parking lot off of Concord Road. And right in this area, there is a home that was existing on this piece of property. That home is going to end up going away, and you see this gated entry.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Jason Murphy wants to know, he says, Grove Park, thanks to the updates, what is going in next to you at your Franklin Road office building? Do you know?
Yes. So right next to us at the very corner of Holly Tree Gap Road and Franklin Road is a child care facility that was always there. But when we updated our property here and built this beautiful building, they kind of got jealous and said, we need our building to be nicer as well. So it will be a child care facility again. If I tried to name it, I'd get the name wrong, but the same business that was there is going back in an updated, beautiful building.
Awesome. Awesome. Very, very nice. Are there, now this is not from the audience. I'm just curious. When might we be able to expect to see some of the floor plans or perhaps any 2D or 3D renderings, something along those lines for Anna?
For Anna, that's probably going to be mid to late spring of 22. So we'll see people start into plans around March or April for July builds. It's curious, you know, we love the architectural community here in Nashville and throughout the Southeast. We've got architects from Charleston and Atlanta and Montgomery that are all looking at the Harlem product. At Anna, we probably will see some of those homes designed in-house. Brandon has not only brought in a landscape architect on staff, but also architectural services that we can design in-house here at Grove Park now.
Wow, that's awesome. That's super, super awesome. Okay, guys, let us know. Do you have any other questions? Oh, here comes something. Janelle Wagner says, thank you, Aaron. Can you share your PDF with us after the call?
Happy to, and see if I can slip out of full screen mode, because I also wanted to draw your attention to a website we have. It's harlanbygrovepark.com, and there's a lot of beautiful photography there as well. So bang, there it is, harlanbrentwood.com. That's the actual web address in the chat.
I'm just pulling that
And
up on
you
my
can-
third screen over here too. I've got like y'all can't see this, how many screens I have at one time. I look like a mad scientist taking over the world. So I'm just like pulling this up as you go along.
Well, and there's the website there, and I put my email address in the chat area. But there's the Harlan website, and you can see just that gorgeous land that we'll be curating those 21 home sites on.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
feel free to reach out to me, Aaron at groveparkconstruction.com, and we'll do everything we can. I always share with my wife that I just work half days, just 12 of the 24 hours. So from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., guys reach out to me and I'll make myself available.
Awesome. Awesome. Guys, let us know if you have any other questions. I do want to say that we have, I want to say thank you to Aaron. This has been phenomenal. And I want to encourage each of you all to get to know Aaron. I am just getting to know Aaron, even though I've heard of his name for years and years, it seems like. Before we go, let me just get you to share a little bit about your story, just whatever you're comfortable sharing. I just love your background. I think it's interesting the skill set that you have before becoming a licensed agent, and would love to have you share that. I want people to get to know you more and know more about you. You're such an awesome guy.
Well, when I graduated from college, I had opportunities to sell a number of different things, and ended up taking a position with a window manufacturer. And they said, before we give you a sales territory, we will make you spend a year in the plant building windows. And it really grounded me with a concept of understanding things from the inside out. They wanted me to understand the window product before I went out and sold it. And for the first 15 or 16 years of my career, I sold windows and doors and interior trim, eventually finding my way to National Sash and Door. And Brandon Jenkins, as well as other members of that large building family, were all customers of mine. When National Sash went away, Brandon said, wait a second, you know everybody's cost, don't you? And he said, you can come over here and do purchasing for me. So I did that for a little while, and eventually Brandon walked by my office and said, I want an in-house real estate agent. We figured you're the guy that can pass the test. You're going to real estate school. I said, wow, okay. And so off I went, and for the past 9 years, I've helped him out, facilitating real estate and kind of being a sitting target where builders are so often a moving target. I've found that realtors appreciate the fact that they can reach out to me and get those signatures for forms that the brokers require, and maybe the builder doesn't value as much as we do in the real estate community for all of that good compliance. So reach out to me, and I can help you with that. And I mistyped construction, so yes, groveparkconstruction.com. I noticed that in the chat. Aaron at groveparkconstruction.com. Correct my typos there as you put that in. But yeah, it's a matter of really having a foundation of understanding our product from the inside out, and being able to sell things and tell people about the components that we use. And along those lines, luxury homes right now in Nashville are really going through a transformation. We had a level of finish and fine that we appreciated here in Nashville, and it was extraordinary. But we have doubled or tripled that standard these days. Christina, I noticed you recently posted an article about luxury homes outpacing the market as they appreciate in value. And it's not just because of the market. It's really because of the level of finishes and the products that are going into these homes. We're bringing things from Seattle, from San Francisco, from Chicago, architectural features from Manhattan and the Hamptons, and bringing that to a very discriminating buyer, as Alliance Bernstein and Google and all of these other corporations come into our market. We have to step up and respond, and I think Grove Park is leading the way there.
I have to agree. I don't think I shared this with you, but Grove Park has been and remains one of my top favorite end construction builders, and I love what you guys do. I think it's truly a fantastic quality product. Anyone that I'd ever worked with that was buying a home there, I'd always raved about it. Of course, those are back in my mortgage days, which I'm no longer in, but definitely hats off to the excellence of the brand and of the company. I think it's truly remarkable that you guys were even able to get the land position that you did, not only for Oman, but now for Anna. I am blown away. You're literally in my backyard. So for those of you who don't know, my daughter, she went to Brooklyn High School. And so I would like drive up and down, I was asking Aaron, as I always drive her to school before she became old enough to drive. Now she's a sophomore in college now, but I was asking Aaron about quite a few pieces of land through there. And I loved that, not only your story, but and your land position, but just your knowledge and your overall general care for the city of Brentwood. It's home for many of us. And so I appreciate just your level of excellence and the background that you come from. I think it's always cool when people can swap from one lane to the other, going down the same highway, essentially. I've done that, you've done that. And I think that's so cool. So I
Well,
don't, go ahead.
Christine, I want a parting shot here. It's not always homes that we're looking for. Sometimes there is somebody who entrusts a piece of land to us as well. And I think that that's a characteristic also. That Grove Park Construction has been excellent stewards of land that is very important, not only to the owner, but also to our community, and truly putting out a product that is a complement to architecture, to the Nashville community, to the Brentwood area, to elite home buyers. And so if you find yourself entrusted with a listing of land and you're thinking about who to bring it to, I would say, again, Grove Park is a place where we're going to take good care of that. And we'd love to have things that we'll talk about 5 months from now up and coming for 2023.
Awesome. And we'll hope to bring more of this. Again, we always seek to stay in compliance. We always want to, I just say this on behalf of SOAR. And thank you, Gina, for the kind words. I would say, when it comes to the SOAR events that we prepare, certainly I want to be very, very careful, very cautious. Even though I'm not a licensed real estate agent and have zero plans to ever become one, I always just try to still follow the rules and encourage others to do so as well. And so I think it's important that, to your point, Aaron, that we're able to stay as cutting edge as we can, follow the rules. There's a reason why my company name is Strengthening Opportunities Around Real Estate. And it's, for many of you who know me, I'm a bona fide Jesus freak, I'm a Christian, I lead forward with my faith unapologetically. And I really felt called to literally strengthen people in real estate, just to the best of my ability, and create unique opportunities in ways that don't just, our slogan is kind of like building businesses, building people. And it's because I have a vested interest in doing both for a lot of folks locally. And so with that said, we're going to close out with a couple of things. We have 2 more sponsors. We're going to announce our $50 giveaway winner from, if you're following us on Instagram, you've got just a few more seconds to jump in and follow us on Instagram now. If you are not, Aaron Holiday, thank you so much with Grove Park. We're going to just real quick. Aaron was talking about an article or a video I had just posted on Instagram. This is what he's talking about. So if you guys want to go check out, let me turn that off. Our market trends video series, you'll find that here. It lives on Instagram for now. And it's also going to live here at soarstronger.com. You'll find all of our market trends videos here as well. We have been able to uniquely license content from a variety of sources: Forbes, Inman, Yahoo Finance. I mean, the list is so long, and put their articles in video format and license that in a really cool, unique way, where we're bringing in national and sometimes even international real estate market data in our video series called Market Trends, and mix that with sponsors bringing in local market data in Nashville. But so I'm getting ready to announce the $50 giveaway for our new followers on Instagram at SOAR615. But for now, I'm going to jump over and let you hear from the wonderful Martin Kozicki with My Realty Helper. This is an independently owned and operated transaction coordination company. Truly, he's one of the smartest people I know, full on. And I won't even work with another transaction coordination company in terms of like sponsorship and advertising, because I trust Shanda and Martin Kozicki so much. I don't even want to work with anybody else. I'm so impressed with their level of knowledge, detail, and how honest they are with me. And if I do something that they don't like, or that can be improved upon, they are never shaky about telling me the truth. And I'm a truth teller, so I like other truth tellers. I think these guys are awesome.
I'm Mark Kazicki. I'm with My Realty Helper. I founded this business with my wife Shanda about a little over 15 years ago. I was looking through the attendees list earlier and I saw a lot of familiar names. So a lot of you know me already. We've worked together in the past. Some of you I'm already assisting, which is great. But if you don't know us and what we do, basically we provide transaction coordination service, or they call it contract to close. So we are an independent TC service. A lot of people sometimes will ask us, well, should I hire a TC like in-house, or should I go with an independent? And we tell people, you know what, it kind of depends on what your business needs are, right? And what point, what level you're at in your goals. But also we feel as though that an independent TC adds a little extra and a few other things that maybe hiring somebody in-house doesn't. So for example, if you have an independent TC, that gives you more time to focus on building a bigger business. You can build a bigger life. You can create a bigger work-life balance. We have plug-and-play systems, and we integrate with tools that you use specifically. So if you are using .loop, or you're using Transaction Desk or some other service, we're familiar with all of those already. We've been using them for years. And so it's very easy for us to just plug and play into your setup and get acclimated immediately. Another benefit to an independent TC is the fact that there's no overhead. So we only get paid when you get paid. And so therefore, if the business isn't there, then you don't have to pay a salary. Also, sometimes agents, they want to take a break. They want to go on a vacation or some other activity. We had an agent who took a year-long sabbatical not too long ago. And those opportunities are available to you when you use an independent TC service like My Realty Helper. Christina, when you came to us initially and you said, we want you to be part of this event, and it's going to be great. It's going to be the 2021 Nashville Real Estate Summit, and you're really excited in a way that I'm learning only you can be. You said, Martin, we want you to put you on camera and we want you to talk about yourself for 5 minutes. And my first response was, that's great. And then my second response was, do I have to? And I kid a little bit, but the reason for that is because we're used to working with realtors and making them look good. We elevate our agents up. We are putting them in the spotlight. We want them to be the rock stars. We will handle all the back office stuff. That's what we're here. Everyone knows about the 80-20 rule. We are here to take those things off of your hands for you. And that's what we're best at. So to that end, I'd like to actually share a couple of things with y'all today in this PowerPoint that was lovingly provided for us. So can you see the PowerPoint presentation up there now, Christina?
Yes, I can.
Good deal. Okay, so the first thing that people ask us is they say, Martin, what do you bring to the table? Well, the main thing is we bring leverage, right? And so that's the ability to take tasks off of your plate and to put it on ours, but also to do so for a very small investment and to gain a large return. So leverage really is kind of like the name of the game when it comes to a good transaction coordinator. If they aren't providing you leverage and you're constantly chasing after them to do stuff, you have the wrong TC. And we'll talk about that some more in just a minute here. We have a team that we work with. We built it over the years. I mentioned earlier that we started the company with just Shanda and myself. Since then, we've added Kimberly, we've got Heather, we've got Tanya, we've got Stephanie. We've added and grown our team. Why? Because our market is in a great position. Nashville's real estate market is very, very healthy and seems to be sort of insulated from some of the effects that we see in other parts of the country. We're very blessed and we acknowledge that, but at the same time, we like to continue providing high levels of service. And so as you grow, we grow, and kind of a rising tide raises all ships. I could talk to you a little bit about numbers. I think they kind of speak for themselves, as you see here. Over the 15 plus years, we've helped hundreds of realtors. The main thing is, though, is that we've closed thousands of transactions. Matter of fact, the data on this slide came from our website. We looked at our 2020 numbers just a couple of days ago, just kind of recap for the year. And we realized that we are actually now knocking on close to 10,000 transactions. And most realtors, you'll never even see that as a solo agent or even a team in a career. But because we're working with multiple agents across multiple firms, we see a lot of things. And as a result, agents leverage our experience and the things that we would bring to the table to help them grow. As I mentioned before, not really used to talking about myself too much. So I kind of wanted to throw this out there in terms of what other realtors say about us. April Blue with Benchmark Realty, she has been great for us. She came to us in 2016, and ever since then, she's been able to not only grow her business, but also her family. So she's achieving that work-life balance. Also, we've got Emily Peckham. I have it on really good authority that even if you've lived under a rock at the bottom of Old Hickory Lake for the last 2 years, you've heard of Emily Peckham. She started working with us very, very early on in her real estate career. And I think in the last 24 months, which we've been a part of that success, she's closed 132 listings and 42 buyers. She's a solo agent. Those are incredible numbers. And she attributes her success to having the right kind of leverage. Nancy Ross, her and her husband, Rick, if you've ever worked with them before, they've been in the business for decades. They're incredibly sweet, incredibly nice. I love when they tell me that they're able to go visit their kids and grandkids for weeks at a time because they have us in their corner holding down the fort while they're out. Stephen Asadorian with Compass, he and his wife Samantha, since we started working with them, they got married. They've added a little bundle of joy late last year. Again, still growing their business, and they attribute that kind of leverage to an independent TC.
Okay, we're going to stop there because this goes on a little bit further. So I just want to say thank you to each of you for being on today's SOAR event. And I just want to also say, make sure that you're connected to us and following us on Facebook, following us on Instagram. We're moving a lot of things more toward the Facebook, or excuse me, I'm sorry, we're moving more things towards the Instagram model over time, over the next couple of months. So you're going to want to make sure that you are following us there. So I do want to also mention that Bell Law Settlement Services is one of our primary title companies that sponsor with us. We think that they do a pretty good job, and they actually are super helpful in the areas of, I don't know if you guys saw the event we did earlier this year, if you know about how in the state of Tennessee, real estate agents can now create an LLC and pay yourselves from an LLC. That was another collaborative type of event that we did for the community through Bell Law. And we had one of the Bell Law attorneys come on and talk. And we had a CPA come on and talk about your tax advantages of doing those things. That replay is available on Facebook. So a lot of our previous replays are available. It's only been the more recent ones that we've not been making available because we're converting a lot of our stuff to our website. We're just upgrading as we grow, as we scale, all the things. I want to thank each of you for attending, and let me look and see who my assistant said. Hang on for me 1 second. Well, I can't pull this up from my computer. Let me look in my emails from her. She just sent it to me. Okay, whoever is sold, Shelly Dawson, sold by Dawson is her profile. That is our $50 Visa gift card winner for today. So thank you guys so much again for being here. We'll make sure to get you out the presentation from Scott Hines at Franklin Homes, and then I'll make sure to get you Aaron Holiday's PowerPoint, or his PDF presentation, I should say, from Grove Park Construction. I'm so glad that we were able to help make the announcement today about the 2022 Parade of Homes. Guys, make sure that you, before we X out of this, if there's anything you needed from the chat, if you needed Mary Cosina's contact information about Rosebrook, or anyone else's contact information, we'll do our best to make sure that you get that. Thank you all so much for the kind words. I swear, if I were like hit the lottery tomorrow, I probably would still do this. I literally believe in it, and I love it, and I value it so much that even if one of my life coaches was asking me that this weekend. He was asking me, if you could combine, this in your life, what would you do? And I was like, I'm already doing it. That's why I left the mortgage business. So I really do love and care so much about the real estate community as a whole, and every single one of you, real estate agents out there. I have such a huge heart. You guys are people. And at the end of the day, I care a lot about you, more so than you might think. And I love you all so much. If you have any questions or need anybody's contact information or anything I didn't provide, hit me up. You can, if you don't have my cell phone number, if you want to write this down, if everybody wants this, you can always call, text, or email me. My cell phone number is 615. Let me put this in the chat, 477-1145. Hit me up. If you've got an idea for an event, we're collaborative here for a reason. Let me put this. For a reason, because a lot of our event ideas I come up with directly, either from having meetings with my SOAR expert contributors. We are the creators of the Nashville Real Estate Summit, also the Downtown Download, also the Nashville Women in Real Estate Summit, SOAR Talk, the talk show that's coming out. All of our media projects I already mentioned. I won't go over those again. Nashville Agent Database. Oh, I do want to remind you, today only, if you do want to purchase a copy of the Nashville Agent Database for your recruiting and growing needs, for your marketing needs, for whatever your needs are to have that level of data. It is the top 8,000 agents and their production and current contact info, as well as a bunch of free bonuses. You can find out more information at NashvilleAgentDatabase.com. You can reach out to me directly. Thank you, Bobby Joe Barnes. Good to see you. And with that said, I'm going to jump off. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you've got a unique opportunity that I don't know about, please bring it to me. That's why I created this company, for me to be here to listen to you. I function as the ear to the marketplace, which is so unique. So hit me up anytime. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.